The story begins with the introduction of Jackie, a police captain who leads an elite narcotics unit in Miami. He receives a phone call from an informant. After that, Jackie steps out of his vehicle. Then, a group of hired gunmen suddenly blocks his path, clearly intended to kill him. Despite being badly wounded, he quickly sends a message from his phone, then throws the device into the water to erase any trace. Stories shift to Matt, the leader of Jackie's unit. He is visibly emotional and gets into an argument with his superior. His superior then reveals that the FBI has formed a special task force and begun investigating every member of the unit. The FBI believes Jackie's murder may not have been carried out by outsiders, but could involve betrayal from within the team. Scott then turns his attention to Ben. Ben claims he doesn't know why Jackie was targeted, but Scott has discovered that the two shared a close personal connection. Ben explains that he had been spending most nights with Jackie in the days leading up to his death. Scott's pressure escalates the situation, leading to a brief physical confrontation before the others step in to break it up. Not long after, Ben is seen entering the bathroom, overwhelmed with anger and grief. Matt follows him, and it becomes clear that Ben harbors deep resentment toward his brother. Still, both men are determined to uncover the truth behind Jackie's death. Meanwhile, the FBI continues to believe there is a traitor within the unit. Matt realizes that even his own leadership doesn't fully understand what's really going on. Soon after, Ben rejoins the rest of the team, forcing a smile and laughter to hide his emotional turmoil. At the same time, Matt is seen holding Jackie's final message. The message contains a warning about a house filled with a large amount of cash, the first real clue leading them closer to the truth. Not long after, a DEA agent named Kyle arrives with his team. Kyle's unit is well known for dismantling large-scale criminal networks and has worked closely with Ben's group for years. Their past collaborations successfully brought down several major mafia syndicates. Matt then steps in and reveals that they have just received crucial intel about a property that needs to be investigated. Before heading out, Matt deliberately gives different estimates of the money to each team member. Soon after, they arrive at the location and encounter a woman named Sasha. Her behavior immediately raises suspicion. She is known to be from Mexico, and the area itself is often associated with cartel activity. Matt claims they have received authorization from the government, and the team proceeds to enter the house. The K9 unit quickly reacts and signals that something is hidden upstairs. Matt confronts Sasha about the money, but she insists she doesn't understand what he is talking about. Matt and Ben head upstairs and discover several large metal drums concealed inside the house. They return downstairs and demand answers. Sasha explains that she lives there with her grandmother and only came back to care for her medical needs. She claims her grandmother passed away 3 months earlier and denies having any knowledge about the money. Matt remains suspicious, convinced that she is hiding something. He explains that nearly all properties in the area are known to be under mafia control, making their suspicions reasonable. From Sasha's perspective, however, their behavior feels like law enforcement abusing their authority. When one of the drums is finally opened, both Matt and Ben are stunned. Each container holds approximately $1.4 million in cash, with 14 drums in total. The amount reaches nearly $20 million. Matt admits this is the biggest bust of his entire career. Matt orders everyone to hand over their phones. Despite resistance, the team eventually complies. In that situation, Ben and Matt became trapped in a crisis of trust. Matt failed to immediately report the discovery to his superiors, and both of them began to show signs of unease over the enormous amount of money they had found. Lolo suddenly asked to borrow Matt's phone, claiming he needed to contact his child. But for security reasons, Matt refused to hand it over. Sasha realized her suspicions were right. Ben and Matt were corrupt cops, planning to abuse the money they had found. In the middle of the tension, two patrol officers showed up at the house. They were clearly irritated, claiming they had never been notified about any search being conducted in their area. Because Ben and Matt outranked them, they ordered the patrol officers to stand down and leave the situation in their hands. They eventually backed off, leaving Matt and Ben alone with their growing unease. They immediately prepared their weapons. According to procedure, all the money must be counted on site. The drums are moved downstairs, where Lolo and Numa are assigned to count the money, while Mike is posted outside as lookout. Outside, Mike secretly pulls out a backup phone and sends a message to his superior, reporting the discovery of an enormous sum of cash, and warning that the situation is spiraling out of control. Back inside, Matt interrogates Sasha again, this time far more aggressively. Finally, she breaks and reveals the truth. Two men had been using the house to store the money. They told her that if anyone ever came, she should allow them to take as much cash as they wanted. To those men, the money meant nothing. Shortly after, a call came in. Ben answered it. A mysterious voice on the other end told him to take whatever money he needed and leave immediately. The caller warned that Ben's life was not worth losing $500,000. With emotions boiling, Ben pulled Matt into another room and demanded an explanation. He clearly remembered Matt mentioning nearly $3 million earlier, yet the caller only talked about $500,000. That was the moment Ben realized Matt hadn't been completely honest. Matt refused to explain, but to Ben, it was obvious Matt was running a far more dangerous plan than he had admitted. Meanwhile, Lolo and Numa continued counting the cash. The longer they worked, the stronger the temptation became. They realized that taking just a small portion would be enough to change their lives forever. The two of them took the situation very seriously. Outside the house, Ben contacted Kyle and asked him to come for backup. He even considered reaching out to his brother, Scott. Kyle initially refused, but Ben explained that Matt was the one who received the original intel. That meant this house had been a target from the very beginning. Ben also revealed that the cash was massive and had never been reported to the police chief.
Dale, come here.
Inside the house, Sasha noticed Matt speaking privately with two female officers. She concluded that Matt was planning to run off with all the money. Outside, Ben met Mike, who said the surroundings felt strange, too quiet, as if no one was around. Suddenly, the lights in the house across the street began flickering unnaturally. Someone was sending a signal using like codes, filled with anger. Ben moved toward the house to confront whoever was hiding inside. At the same time, Mike returned inside looking for Matt, unknowingly. Sasha overheard Matt's phone call. Matt was reporting to the police chief, claiming the raid only resulted in $500,000 and that they would return soon. Moments after Matt left the room, Mike walked in a tense voice. Sasha warned him that the two female officers were planning to steal all the cash. Not long after, another phone rang. This time, Numa answered, warning them they had 10 minutes to leave or everyone would be killed. Matt and Mike then followed Ben, but along the way, Matt grew suspicious of Mike, believing that he might have already informed someone about what was happening. The suspicion made Matt uneasy. Without further discussion, he ordered Mike to head back inside the house. In a state of panic, Mike stepped back. He then tried to call the police chief again, urgently pushing him to come immediately and secure the money, before the situation spiraled out of control. After that, Mike went back inside and spoke with Numa and Lolo. However, both of them insisted that the situation was still under control.
I know what the fuck you're doing.
Matt returned to the house. Almost at the same time, gunfire erupted outside. The team reacted instantly. In the brief exchange of shots, Lolo was hit and wounded. Matt and Mike chased the attackers as they retreated, firing back, but the gunmen managed to escape in their vehicles and vanished.
Out here!
Moments later, Ben arrived while pursuing a suspect, although he was not involved in the shooting. Through him, they were connected by phone to a cartel boss in Mexico. The cartel boss stated that the money found in the house did not belong to his organization, and they had no interest in it. He also claimed that since Jackie's death, his group had been under surveillance and was not responsible for the murder. Shocked by the confession, Matt and Ben returned inside. Matt informed the team that no outside group was coming for the money. Hearing this, Numa suggested they keep it. Only the amount already reported to the police chief should be officially logged, while the rest could be divided among them. This enraged Ben. He accused Matt of working with the attackers and planning the entire operation to steal the money. Matt fired back, accusing Ben of being the traitor because of his connections to mafia informants. Ben then openly accused Matt of killing Jackie. The argument turned violent until Mike finally stepped in and broke them apart.
Just go!
Matt then ordered everyone to pack up and prepare to leave. Mike went to the bathroom and realized his phone might have fallen outside during the shooting. Meanwhile, Ben called Kyle again and forced him to come immediately, warning that their car tires had been damaged and that Kyle would need a truck. Mike asked for Sasha's phone, only to discover it was in Matt's possession. He then noticed several candles scattered around the house and began lighting a fire. Inside, Matt helped Numa and Lolo load the money into their bags, giving them a specific amount and instructing them on what number to report. Soon, the house was engulfed in flames. The three of them carried the bags of cash outside just as Kyle arrived with his truck. The money was loaded quickly. Matt told Numa and Lolo to take Sasha to the police station, and Matt left with Kyle. Also, Mike and Ben get into the truck. Inside the truck with $20 million, the atmosphere was tense and awkward. Matt's suspicion was now fully focused on Mike. In front of Sasha, Matt pretended to make a fake phone call. He deliberately sent a signal if inviting cooperation to steal the money, hoping the message would be passed along and lure the real accomplices into making a move. That's when Matt revealed the second trap he had prepared from the very beginning. He intentionally gave a different estimate of the seized money to each member of the team. Only Mike was told the amount would be $500,000. That exact number appeared in the threatening phone call Ben received. The caller turned out to be Mike, calling from outside the room. Mike immediately tried to defend himself, claiming his phone had been in Matt's possession the entire time, but Ben then revealed a second phone that he had secretly taken. The second phone was used to contact the shooters and arrange the attack. But when asked who was truly behind everything, Mike refused to answer. Mike made a phone call.
Can I see that burner, Sarge? Redial.
In the midst of the chaos, Ben was wounded. Kyle managed to overpower both Ben and Matt, striking them down and taking their weapons. With the situation fully under control, Kyle offered a deal. The money would be split evenly, and they would all walk away without destroying each other. Matt stared straight at Kyle and asked the one question that mattered most. Was he the one who killed Jackie? As Ben realized how crucial that confession was, his phone suddenly rang. He activated the voice cracker. On the other end, Scott's voice came through, informing him that the FBI team was already in position.
Exit the back of the...
From the front, Scott's vehicles blocked every possible escape. The order was given. Everyone had to surrender. In that critical moment, Mike opened fire at Kyle, hitting his bulletproof vest. Mike then jumped out the vehicle, carrying the money, followed by Matt and Ben. Meanwhile, Kyle jumped into his Barracuda and charged straight through the FBI blockade. The chaos turned into a relentless chase. Ben forced Kyle's vehicle off the road and smashed it hard. Meanwhile, deep in the forest, Matt and Mike finally faced each other in a brutal fight that would decide everything. In the end, Matt regained control and captured Mike. At the crash site, Kyle made his final request. He begged Ben to let him go and take as much money as he wanted. Calmly, Ben opened Kyle's bag and revealed the truth. There was no cash inside, only a collection of books. Realizing it was truly over, Ben shot Kyle without hesitation, avenging Jackie's death. Elsewhere, Matt escorted Mike away, determined to make him answer for everything he had done. Not long after, Numa and Lolo, with Sasha in a fully loaded truck, handing over all the money they had found. After counting it, the amount matched exactly what Matt and his team had reported. Impressed by their honesty, the officers praised Matt's integrity and his unit. Then a final truth was revealed. Sasha received about 20% of the money. She had been Jackie's informant, the woman who spoke to her at the beginning of the story. Knowing the truth, the entire team felt relieved and genuinely happy. Ben met Scott and thanked him for his help. The bond between the two brothers felt warm and solid again. Sasha approached Matt to thank him. He also revealed that he had long known Sasha was Jackie's informant. Before parting ways, Matt advised Sasha to stay away from trouble and live an honest life.